today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Green Bay Packers.
Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. The scene a short time ago. This crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
If you just break it down in individual terms, he played really well last week. 0 interceptions, 3 touchdown passes. Not a whole lot more he could have done to win that game. But you know something's funny, when we talked to him, all he focused on were throws he missed, other opportunities that didn't get done.
Good sign of a leader.
Great sign of a leader, because they didn't win, and that's all he cares about.
That is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. They'll set up a throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
The Vikings send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He'll field this at the 5. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, He's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Now the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the result, a Green Bay score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 15 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown.
And when I watch them operate, I see a unit that's playing with extreme confidence. Offensive line, tight ends, wide receivers. You see a group that wants their number 8 rusher in the league end up being in the top 5 before it's over.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. There he goes left side. Past the 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. How about that? Their quarterback. 81 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Brandon, you and I have called a lot of college football in our day, but on Sundays, here in the NFL, doesn't it look a lot like what we used to see on Saturdays when we called those games?
Yeah, option plays just like we saw, and that was a long touchdown to the option. What you taught me, though, defensively, you get your eyes in the wrong place on a play like that, you're in trouble.
What's the term that's in vogue in the NFL? Eye violations. The offense wants you to put your eyes in the wrong spot so that they can appear in others.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Flushed out right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Escaping the pressure. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Partner, it took a while for him to lock onto a receiver, and he finally found his man coming left to right across the formation. But by the time he got the ball to him, not much of a chance to turn upfield and make anything out of it.
So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
This take it in at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this will be taken at the 13. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. It's a big play there for Green Bay.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. And now out comes Minnesota. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here, and this is going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Farmer. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
He's going to keep this again. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Second and 6. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Farmer. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
2nd and 8 coming up. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And this score will stay right where it is. So here are the Packers now to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly. And that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
And again this time to the tailback. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Now after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. To throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he's going to have a Packers first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a first down.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Back to throw now on first down. Flush to his right. And he's got his big tight end here. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Packers add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's capped off by a 13-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Farmer. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw again. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, it's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will close the gap down to 14. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. They'll throw now on the final play. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off near the 29.
And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half.
So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And they've gone to the half with the score 28-10. The Lions looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. From there, we move to H-Town to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. The Colts seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And that one's gone to the half with the visiting Bears on top. Justin Fields with 2 first-half touchdown passes. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second?
So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. This will be fielded inside the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. Defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Back to throw here. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On now is the Packers punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And just a yard to go here on second down. Off the option, he'll try and run with it. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
He'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is fielded at the 7. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Flushed out right. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10.
Going to give this time to the tailback.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On play action, they'll throw.
Going to go to Clement here out of the backfield.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They're going to look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. And it's a fake. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. 45 yards. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else. I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
On 2nd down, here's the option.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Taken from just outside the 30. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And some room to work. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
89 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
2nd and 1.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They'll set up to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
That time, Charles, great job keeping him in the pocket and not letting him escape.
And, Brandon, I think this was a great example of the front and the back working together, meaning the back covering, no place to go with the football, and the front, terrific job on the edge so he couldn't escape outside. And then, of course, the inside pressure kept him hemmed in as well.
And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Packers are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead.
As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
And out now come the Vikings. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 7 yards the pickup there.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now left side on the swing pass. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going?
Now they got to get to the line quickly. 2nd and 4. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll go down at the 28. They'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Farmer. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 2nd and 2. He'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to...
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Packers ready to take over offensively. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Right back to him on 1st down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Packers, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll return home next week to take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.